Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize a toolbar in Syncfusion Blazor TreeGrid using templates. This can be achieved by rendering custom controls inside the template property of the Syncfusion toolbar component. Let's start with the coding part. I open my existing Blazor Web Assembly app, which already has the Syncfusion Blazor TreeGrid package installed. On the index.razor page, I have included the basic TreeGrid rendering code. If you want to learn how to create a basic Blazor Web Assembly app and add a Syncfusion component, please refer to the video linked in the card above or in the description below. You can visualize employees' details in a TreeGrid with this code. I'll run this application to show the TreeGrid. Here, the TreeGrid is displayed with hierarchical data. First, I'll show you how to create a custom toolbar with a drop-down list. To render a toolbar, I need to use the namespace syncfusion.blazor.navigations. Then inside the SF TreeGrid tag, I include the SF toolbar tag. To provide a list of toolbar options, I include the toolbar items tag. Here multiple toolbar items can be added, but I'm going to display only one drop-down list. Hence I will add only one toolbar item tag. Inside this tag, I include the template property to define the custom component. To display the drop-down list component, I add the namespace syncfusion.blazor.dropdowns. Then I add the SF drop-down list tag. I will show the priority column values in this drop-down list. To get distinct priority values from the TreeGrid data source, I declare public class dropdown data with two fields, task ID and priority. Then declare the public variable priority data and store the distinct priority value from the TreeGrid data sources. Then I include the data source property in the dropdown list and set its value to priority data. To set the data source type, I add the TItem property and set its value to drop-down data. To set the parameter type, add tValue as a string. For this data source, the appropriate data source field should be mapped to the field's property of the drop-down list component, therefore, I need to define the drop-down list field settings tag. And then, I add value and text properties to map the priority column from the TreeGrid data for each list item. Let me run this application and check the TreeGrid. Look here, a toolbar is rendered in the TreeGrid and has the drop-down menu. When I click the drop-down menu, priority data is listed. Now, let me show you the way to perform a search in a TreeGrid record based on the drop-down list value. To achieve this, I use the value change event of the drop-down list component. Events can be specified using the drop-down list events tag. I add the TItem property to specify the data source type and event settings and set its value to drop-down data. To set the parameter type, add tValue as a string. Then include the value change event and assign the callback method onSelect. To perform a search operation, I use the built-in method search from the TreeGrid component. To get the component instance, I add the @ref property and assign the value TreeGrid. Then inside the @code directive, I initialize the SF TreeGrid component. Inside the onSelect method, I get the selected value from the change event argument and pass it to the search method using the TreeGrid instance. See now, when I select a value in the drop-down menu, the search will be based on that. You can notice some of these filtered records are displayed with their parent record. This filter hierarchy mode is the default parent mode. To know more about TreeGrid filter options, please check the TreeGrid filter video linked in the description below. I can also add Autocomplete to the toolbar. Before moving on to this, I will comment out the drop-down related codes. Here, I have already specified the drop-down's namespace to use Autocomplete component. So, I will include the SF Autocomplete tag. Just like the drop-down list, I specify the data source, t-item, and t-value properties. I include the Autocomplete field settings tag to map the priority value field. Also, include the Autocomplete events tag and assign the onSelect call method to the value change property. As you can see, Autocomplete is added to the TreeGrid toolbar instead of the drop-down list. When I start typing the values, this component provides a list of possible matching items. On selecting any one item, TreeGrid will search and display the filtered records. You can download a working example from the GitHub link in the description below. You can also see if you're eligible for our community license, which will provide you with a free license key to use our products. In this video, I showed you the ways to customize a toolbar in a Syncfusion Blazor TreeGrid using templates. In my next video, I'll cover another interesting topic. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel.